Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a little bit of an issue that many VTubers have been talking about as, again, it's about to affect a lot of people. And this all is to do with YouTube, and it's affecting many VTubers and many content creators as well. And yeah, it says here, YouTube is urging creators to respond to proposed UK rules that it could force the platform to prioritize some channels over others. The company warns the changes could limit channel growth and reduce how often a content creator is recommended. So yeah, obviously it is pretty insane that this is something that is even being considered, and many people are very worried about what this could mean for many of the British content creators out there, right? Including obviously me. I mean, obviously I am a British content creator, but there's also, as I said, many British VTubers out there, or there's also many VTubers who are based in the UK who maybe aren't British, but moved there or whatever, as well. Now, obviously, not all of these live in the UK still, but there is still a lot of them that do. There is many big UK based VTubers. One of the biggest ones, which isn't even mentioned here, obviously, would be Neurosama, right? Obviously, Neurosama, Vedal, all based in the UK, right? Yeah, that would be a little bit of an issue for them if this was to change. Now, what do these changes actually mean? A lot of people are a little bit confused as to what this could mean, whether something else is happening. But essentially, what is happening is YouTube want to, well, I say YouTube, the UK want to change YouTube's algorithm so that it boosts other more official platforms rather than independent content creators. So creators like me or any indie VTuber or whatever like that wouldn't be as pushed as much compared to a channel like the BBC or ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, which are all public broadcasters in the UK, right? They're like TV channels, and they do a lot of news and things, and essentially they want them to get pushed more because they claim that it's to stop like misinformation, but at the end of the day, it's not really to do with that, is it? It's because nobody is wanting to watch the BBC or ITV, and they're trying to find any way that they possibly can to make you watch it, right? Because people don't watch TV as much anymore. People, obviously it used to be extremely popular a couple of years ago or whatever, but now with YouTube and Netflix and everything else getting popular, people aren't watching those kind of things anymore, and they're losing out on money, which, yeah, I mean, I think that is the reason as to why they're doing this, not so much to stop misinformation, but more so because these channels are getting less and less popular, and they want a way to kind of force you to watch it, right? Which I think is pretty ridiculous, right? Saying the government is consulting on other options, considering whether to make public service news easier to discover on YouTube and TikTok with greater prominence and with more visibility during periods of major public importance. It also seeks to discuss misinformation and online viewing habits. They say YouTube is against the proposed changes. So yeah, that's the thing, right? This isn't a thing coming from YouTube. This isn't like a bad move from YouTube. This is YouTube not wanting this to happen. So even the company themselves are like, no, we don't want this to happen. But it's more so like the government that are trying to put this in place. And YouTube have put out a post saying this. YouTube has alerted some creators to the changes it could make to their channel, with a message headline: proposed UK rules could control your feed. Keep YouTube yours. The message invites creators to learn more information about the proposed rules and submit their responses to the government, saying YouTube has always operated on the principle that every creator gets a fair shot, but new UK proposals could change that, requiring us to put some channels above others, it reads. This could severely limit your channel's ability to grow. And yeah, this is the post that's been going around, saying the UK government is running a public consultation called Watch This Space, a new strategic direction for UK media. So yeah, essentially they want to control the algorithm so that you get these official channels rather than actual created content, which is what YouTube is all about, right? YouTube is for the creators and for people that make content on their own, and even for some companies as well, right? I don't shy away from the fact that there are some companies and stuff that make some good content that are very big on YouTube, right? But it doesn't need to be forced down people's throats. It doesn't need to be forced onto people, because when people want to watch the news, they watch the news, right? But you know, a lot of the time they don't want to watch it on YouTube, or you know, they don't want it popping up on their feed 24/7 because they want to watch some funny video about VTubers or something, right? So again, it's ridiculous. Obviously, Cap puts here, for context, this is because the UK government wants PSB media like the BBC to be accessed easier. They believe it's to combat misinformation and give a British first view to the public. Shizuko says, absolutely ridiculous they're even allowed to do this. And obviously, she is a British VTuber. Both Cap and Shizuko are British VTubers, right? And yeah, you could even see, I think Shizuko was featured on here. Oh, yeah, there you go. She used to have a past life. Obviously, you guys probably know her as something else. But I say UK, when it comes to making the worst decisions ever, I got one more in me. YouTube already picks winners. Why cry about UK rules? So yeah, obviously saying, wait, UK is actually asking creators to fight the UK government. This could backfire hard. Now, again, I don't think they're asking them to fight them. I just think they're asking them to express their opinion, right? I think it's pretty insane to say that, like, oh, we're fighting them, or this needs to be anything like bad. You just need to kind of tell them that, hey, this isn't a good idea. That's all, right? That's all that they're kind of asking here, because they don't want their, you know, site to go to, you know, garbage, essentially, right? Saying the UK is considering new laws that would force YouTube and other social media platforms to prioritize trustworthy news sources, which again, I think is crazy. Of course, yeah, lots of people saying UK government to take control of YouTube's algorithm. This is pure authoritarianism. And obviously, yeah, they go into a lot of the politics on that. Saying, so the government is planning on planning mandatory changes to how content is discovered on YouTube in the UK. They want YouTube to prioritize mainstream broadcasters like the BBC, ITV, and Channel 4 over user-created content with a prominence regime. Like, this is absolutely insane. It's going to severely affect every one British YouTuber should this go through. YouTube have started a campaign to fight this, but we need your help to ensure that it doesn't go through like this, since this could ruin the site. And yeah, I think obviously there is a whole list of things. If you want to pause the video, just take a look at some of the things that they're saying as to how to get involved in things. There is yeah, some kind of information on how you can respond and kind of make it known that we don't really want this, because again, it is pretty ridiculous, right? And as I said, what does this actually affect in terms of your favorite British VTubers? As I said with this list, well, it means that you won't be able to see their content as much. Whenever you scroll on your For You page, or your For You page, your homepage, or whatever you want to call it, you won't see their content pop up as much, and instead you'll be getting BBC news articles about what's going on in the world, right? Which again, obviously is pretty insane, considering that, you know, this is supposed to be like an entertainment platform rather than like a news platform, right? Obviously, news platforms do exist on YouTube. That's, you know, a big part of YouTube, but it isn't the only part, right? And I think that obviously trying to push this, you know, over the top of some people's favorite content creators is pretty insane. And obviously, it's only the British content creators, right? It's not the US ones or anything like that. So again, that is something that you could face issue with. Now, I don't know how it's going to work in terms of, I'm assuming that, you know, content catered towards the US kind of audience will be fine. So I think that if you are like a British content creator and you're making content and a lot of US people watch it, I think you'll be fine. Because obviously, you know, US aren't going to have those BBC things pushed to them. But if you have a lot of British audiences and stuff like that, then it's going to change things. And also, if you do live in the UK and you want to watch any content creator, like, let's be real, this doesn't affect just British content creators as well, by the way. This affects other, like, literally every VTuber ever, you know, in the US, if you are someone that lives in the UK. Because, you know, say a content creator in the US makes some content, you want to watch them, well, that's going to be underneath all of these, like, BBC and ITV kind of things that have come out before that, right? So essentially, yeah, any content that you view, regardless of whether it's a British VTuber or a British content creator, or whatever you want to call it, or not, if you, as long as you're in the UK and you know, following the same things, well, you are not going to be able to see it as easily. So this doesn't affect just UK people, by the way. So if you are sat there thinking, well, I'm in America, so it doesn't really matter to me, this does affect you too, because, you know, your audience over in the UK will not be able to see your content as much as, you know, as possible. And again, it is going to be pretty terrible, you know, for literally everybody on the platform, not just the ones in the UK. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't end up even worse, and hopefully people can get a word in and kind of change their mind on this pretty stupid decision, right? But yeah, that's about look off this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazo, get 10% off again. They've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. See ya.